All right, in this explainer, we're going to dive into a really powerful strategy that's helping modern CPA firms smash through their biggest growth barriers. So if your firm's success is starting to feel more like a bottleneck, you're going to want to stick around.
You know, it's a fantastic problem to have, isn't it? More clients, more revenue, that's the dream. But that dream can quickly turn into a real crunch. As your firm starts winning more and more business, the pressure on your internal team just skyrockets, turning tax season into an absolute stress test.
And this, right here, is what we call the growth paradox. It's that tricky situation where the very success you've worked so hard for leads directly to impossible deadlines, an overwhelmed staff, and serious burnout. All of a sudden, your biggest asset, your growth, starts to feel like a liability. Now, the knee-jerk reaction is just to hire more people, right? But it's really not that simple. I mean, finding skilled tax pros is a slow process. Training them is expensive, and because of that crazy seasonal workflow, adding permanent staff is a pretty big financial gamble during the quieter months.
So, if traditional hiring isn't the silver bullet, then what is? Well, the answer really lies in a modern operational model, one that lets firms scale up efficiently by thinking beyond their local talent pool.
The solution is offshore tax preparation. It's all about delegating that tax work to qualified professionals in other countries. And just to be clear, we're not talking about random freelancers here. These are dedicated specialists totally trained in U.S. tax regulations and all the software you use. The workflow itself is actually incredibly straightforward. Your firm handles the client relationship, collecting and sharing the documents. Then the offshore team does the heavy lifting of actually preparing the return. And this is the crucial part. It all comes back to you for the final review and filing. You always maintain complete control over quality and client contact. Okay, so how does this actually help build a stronger, more flexible firm? Because this isn't just about offloading a bunch of work. It's about fundamentally improving how your entire firm operates. When you really peel back the layers, this whole model delivers 4 key advantages that directly solve that growth paradox we talked about. Let's walk through each one. First off, you instantly increase your firm's capacity. I mean, you gain skilled professionals exactly when you need them most. This lets you handle a much larger volume of returns without pushing your core team to the breaking point. Second, and this is a big one, the cost savings are significant. You get to eliminate the high overhead that comes with full-time hires, things like salaries, benefits, insurance, and office space. This protects your profit margins while still giving you access to absolutely top-tier professional support. Third thing is speed. By distributing the workload, you can get those returns completed so much faster. And this isn't just about hitting deadlines, it's about keeping your clients happy and, frankly, really impressed with how efficient your firm is. And finally, you get immediate access to expertise. These offshore professionals are specialists in U.S. tax prep. They stay current on all the latest regulations, ensuring accuracy and compliance, all without you having to fund expensive, time-consuming internal training. Now, this all sounds great from an operations standpoint, but I bet it brings up 2 critical questions for you. What exactly can you hand off? And more importantly, how in the world is sensitive client data protected? Let's tackle that right now. The scope of what you can outsource is honestly pretty impressive. We're not just talking about simple 1040s here. This model can handle complex corporate and partnership filings, all that tedious data entry, reconciliation, and even the initial work paper prep. Of course, none of this means a thing if the data isn't secure. For any reputable offshore provider, protecting client information isn't some afterthought, it is their absolute top priority, and it's built into every single step of the workflow. So security is achieved through a multi-layered approach. It all starts with encrypted file transfers to protect your data while it's in transit. Then, the actual work is done on secure remote servers with really strict access controls. And the whole thing is underpinned by legally binding confidentiality agreements. So, we've seen how this model can solve the immediate pain of tax season. But the real power here, the real magic, is in the long-term vision. This isn't just a temporary patch, it's a strategic shift in how you run your business. Here it is, the big strategic advantage. By delegating all that routine compliance work, you free up your valuable in-house team. They're going to face way less burnout, and they can focus their energy on high-value advisory services. The work that deepens client relationships and drives real, sustainable growth. Ultimately, it really all boils down to this one question.
As the accounting industry keeps evolving, embracing a smarter, more flexible operational model isn't just an option anymore. It might just be the key to unlocking sustainable growth and ensuring your firm's long-term success.